What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Sports Talk with Bros, and what we are doing here today is breaking down the last 2 days of the NBA playoffs, which included 2 Game 7s and 2 Game 1s of the second round. Before we begin, hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below on how you thought that these games played out. We are going to start it off with the Saturday games, and the first one was the Bucks and the Celtics in the TD Garden, which the Bucks have not won a game yet away, and clearly they don't do it again. Now, I obviously made a video already on the Philadelphia Sixers playing the Boston Celtics, so we know that the Celtics win this one 112-96, but we're going to break this one down a little bit. The Bucks were clearly outmatched the whole entire time. They really never had the energy. They never had that run. They never really had the lead, and it was just all Boston. Let's be real. The Greek Freak shot 7 of 17. He had 22 points and 9 boards. Only shot 1 3-pointer all game. And it really didn't look like he had much going. It looked like the Boston Celtics game plan to stop him, and which allowed Middleton to kind of go off a little bit. He shot 11 of 18, 5 3-pointers, and had 32 points, and kind of held them in there in the fourth quarter a little bit. On top of that, Eric Bledsoe, 9 of 12 shooting. He had 23 points. The crowd was chanting, "Who's Eric Bledsoe?" which is hilarious. But after the game, him and Terry Rozier dapped up, smiled, and he got interviewed after the game. He's like, "Listen, obviously during the season, it's all battles, and I gotta, stay true to the battle. But now that it's over, I mean, they dapped up and they appreciated one another, which is awesome. That's a true professional right there." But let's go to the Boston Celtics side, because their veteran presence stepped up. Al Horford, 13 of 17 and had 26 points. He stepped up. He had 8 rebounds on top of that, and he brought that young squad that is going through injuries and said, "Listen, we're going to do this. We are going to do this." Jason Tatum, 20 points. Terry Rozier, 26 points. Jaylen Brown only played 16 minutes, got injured, and has been ruled out for Game 1 against the Sixers. So that is obviously a huge thing for this Boston team moving forward. But listen, this breakdown is about the Boston Bucks series, and, it was entertaining for sure, and you could see some flaws within the Celtics game where that makes me think maybe the Sixers do have a good chance of winning this series. But when it was all said and done, in Game 7, the Celtics were the better team, and in reality, throughout the series, the Celtics were the better team, no doubt about it. So they survive. The Warriors played the Pelicans. The Pelicans who just swept the Trailblazers, who were making a lot of noise. Anthony Davis, Drew Holiday. People were piping them up a little bit. All right, they're rubbing their shoulders in their corner. Here we go, fellas. Well, Drew Holiday struggled, shot 4 of 14 and only scored 11 points. Anthony Davis, 9 of 20, had 21 points, 10 boards. But let's be real. This Golden State Warriors team, a little too much to handle, as it was a complete blowout. Draymond Green, triple-double, 16 points, 15 rebounds, 11 assists, sparking up the energy. Kevin Durant, 26 points, 13 boards. He is going to be scary again this postseason. 27 points for Klay Thompson, giving the bench a ton of energy, some oohs, some ahs. It was actually insane. So Golden State Warriors take the first one. They lead the series 1-0. Moving on to Sunday, Game 7, number 2, the Pacers and the Cleveland Cavaliers. LeBron James, let's go, with a victory in Game 7, and he went off today. He went off. Now, he's a little bit tired. He said that after the game. "I'm a little bit tired. Can I go home now?" he said. 45 points, 9 rebounds, 7 assists. Kevin Love came back, brought some energy this time. He actually hit 4 3-pointers, had 14 points. Tristan Thompson, where have you been? 15 points, 10 boards, energy. George Hill coming back, sparking it up a little bit. But the Cleveland Cavaliers, LeBron James, the stat I read that this is the first time LeBron has won a series where a single person on his team did not score 20 points in a single game except for him. Come on. He is literally carrying this squad. It's insane. But you got to give credit to Victor Oladipo and this Pacers team. They brought LeBron James to 7 games. I mean, they really did. They brought LeBron James to 7 games. Victor Oladipo, slow start, 30 points, 12 rebounds, and really finished off the game strong. But the Cleveland Cavaliers move on to the next round, and then Donovan Mitchell and the Utah Jazz take on the Houston Rockets in game 1 of the next round, and it was all Houston Rockets. James Harden had 41 points. Chris Paul, 17, 4 and 6. A little bit of a slower day, but when James Harden is doing his thing like that, and it just looked like the Utah Jazz are a little bit outmatched. I mean, you are talking about a Houston Rockets team who has a legit chance of taking it down this year. Donovan Mitchell, 9 of 22 shooting, took 7 3-point attempts, only hit 1, and 21 points. You could tell that this Utah Jazz team is a little bit outmatched, let's be real. But who didn't know that? This is all great experience for this young squad. I mean, it's not, the series isn't over or anything, but just if the series plays out the way that this game did, you could tell that the Houston Rockets just have a little bit more. You know what I mean? But so the Houston Rockets take a 1-0 lead, and the Golden State Warriors take a 1-0 lead. That is where we are at right now in the second round. And to summarize the Game 7s, Cleveland's moving on. The Boston Celtics are moving on. And this is just going to be another fantastic ride for this second round, fellas. Thank you so much for listening. Hit that thumbs up button, subscribe, and comment your thoughts down below.